Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks, and the move has taken place, and man, that was stressful. And I'm dreading what state the MOCs are in, especially Mandalore. There was a lot of noise from a couple of the boxes, but all of these boxes here are sealed sets, which on my Bricklink store, and obviously got the MOC. There's a couple of Millennium Falcons, Star Destroyers, AT-ATs yet to be made, and yeah, it's going to take quite a while to sort all this out. Now, this room is the lounge of the house. This is where I'm going to be temporarily setting the Lego studio up until we get the garage all converted. And this is bigger than the previous room that I've had, so should be good enough to carry on building for the time being. But anyway, let's take it out to the garage and show you what the plans are, or hopefully what the plans are going to be for the new Lego studio. And believe it or not, this mess of a building here is going to be the future Lego studio. Needs a lot of work doing to it. I need to sort of make sure no damp comes through the walls. So there's going to be a lot of work needs going on to that. I need to insulate all of these walls as well. The roof, I want to put a proper ceiling on there so I can insulate that as well, so that there's not as much heat escaping from the room, and also put a lot of spotlights in here as well. It would be nice if I could put a doorway in the back of the garage there and then build another room on the back of it, and in there do my smaller builds where I have all my bricks. I like a brick pit in effect, but also where my computer will be kept as well. So yeah, a lot of work needs to go on in here to get this to a good state. And up here got a couple of windows. I'll change those and also make it so that there's no actual light coming through into the studio to damage the white bricks and discolour everything. And down here, the garage door again would have to be bricked up. Yes, I need to get a couple of builders around to see what they can do with this. The width for this is 5 meters and the length is 8 meters. My previous Lego room was 3.2 by 3.6 meters. So it is a lot bigger. We can fit, I think, about 3 of those into here. Now, at the moment, my Lego City would have come along here and it was 3.2 by 1.8. I can now do 6 meters on Gotham, which would be brilliant. It's going to enable me to put a lot more locations in there. The depth of the city, I could, if I wanted to, go 3 meters and I'll be able to still walk around the entire city. The only problem is I wouldn't be able to reach the centre of the city, so I would then need to put access points in there. And I don't know if that's the sort of thing I want to do, but I'll have a think about it all the same. And the organised chaos continues. Rearranged all the boxes, put them, the majority of them against the back wall there. Managed to set the table up here ready for Gotham. All I need to do now is move the boxes off the floor here, put them on the table. I can then put this table, assemble this table here just in front of the window, and that's where I'm going to be building Mandalore. Now, once I've done that, I can start unpacking the boxes. I have numbered all of them, so I know what's in each box. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to unpacking the likes of Mandalore. There was a lot of rattling there. Didn't sound good, so dreading to see what state it's in. And here we have the first section of Mandalore, and it's the forge area and a few breakages here. I was expecting to have a few problems with these pastures here, but this part here was also popped off. So there obviously wasn't enough support there, and it's not pushing down that well. So I need to take that apart and try and get that all pushed together. But all in all, I'm pleased that bit at the top there survived as it has done. And hopefully there's not been any damage done to the bulbs or the lighting system in here. It's really disappointing if I can't light those all up. But apart from that, it looks like it's all intact, which is really good. The actual structure itself has held up perfectly, so I'm glad that I made that as strong as I did. So good signs straight away for Mandalore. And there's the main building of Mandalore, and it has survived relatively well. There were a few cracks along the wall just there. Inside this section here, the snotwork wall or the snotwork doorway that I was building there, that's fallen through. As you can see, there's a crack that's emerged along here as well, and a load of bricks have fallen in just there. The pattern here, that's broken a little bit. I had dismantled a section off the top here and also broke a lot of that part down there as it was too tall for the box. But a few extra bits have fallen in. But all in all, quite happy of how well this building here has survived as well. So far, the amount of damage that's been caused in the move to these two sections here hasn't been too bad. And if the rest of the MOC has survived as well as these two parts have, I'll be very happy. And that's the last three parts of Mandalore, all out of the boxes, and it has survived. There was very little damage at all to this entire MOC. It was just the main building there and the forges at the bottom there. But these sections here, the last three sections, there were no bricks off. I was absolutely amazed how much rattling I heard. It turned out there were just a couple of loose bricks which must have fallen down when I was actually making it, and I hadn't got around to pulling them out. So yeah, it was all good. Really pleased at how this has survived the journey, and it must be due to the way that I built the support structures in there. They really have done their job. I made them so they could take the weight going down, but it has meant that moving this MOC has been quite an easier process than I was expecting. So yeah, really happy that that's all come together. Need to redo bits down the bottom here because I did take a couple of bits off before I moved because I knew they would just fall apart and then rattle around in there. So that's all got to be sorted out. But yeah, really pleased with how Mandalore has coped with the move. Next up, we're going to start unboxing Gotham. So I need to clear the table off. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge here, moving the boxes off so I can get the boxes opened on the table, but it shouldn't take too long. So let's get to it. And that's all the boxes unpacked, which I believe contain parts of the city. Majority of it came out in really good condition and very little damage. And the damage I did see on most of it, I was able to instantly sort out. The one thing that did get a lot of damage was the bridge that enters into Gotham City, but I did break that up quite a lot on the other end as well, so I'm not too concerned about that. The main structure at the bottom, that survives, that's all good. Now that I've got all of these parts out, I'm going to rearrange the city and hopefully we can get it all set up today. The one thing that is really good about using this Lego room temporarily is I can walk all the way around the city, which I couldn't do in the old Lego room. So without further ado, let's get organising and get that city set up. And here we have Gotham City in the new temporary Lego room whilst we're building the actual new Lego studio. When you first walk through the door, you're faced with Arkham Island and Arkham Asylum just there. And then coming around here, this is one view that I'd never seen before due to the wall being here at the previous Lego room. And I do quite like how that all looked. With the bridge here, the top section did get destroyed. Ace Chemicals, it was just purely the sign falling off the top. I had to steal a couple of bits from the tower there, and across there was a part where the crane continued along, and that bit as well, that has now gone as well. That got broken off. Majority of the damage in the move was done to the raised platform area. I had to dismantle the train station at the far end and also the arches just across the front of the shop area just there. Now, I have decided I am going to do a different layout to Gotham City in the new Lego room, and that's purely due to the fact that it's going to be twice as big. They're going to have twice the length on there, and I'm also going to add another row of base plates along the side as well. I don't want to go any further than that because I won't be able to reach into the centre. It's quite hard to reach to the centre as it is, and one more base plate I can just about manage, but I don't want to have to put access hatches in the middle of the city. I just want it to be all continuous. So I've laid the buildings out as they were supposed to be in the previous layout and the previous Lego room, and it was just to give me some ideas of what I liked and what I didn't like. So let's show you the plans of what I'm hoping to do once we get the new Lego room all set up. And here is the proposed layout for the new Gotham City. Now at the moment, this line just here is where the current Lego City comes to, and the same at the bottom there. So I'm going to have an additional row of base plates all the way along the bottom here, and an additional 11.5 to the right hand side. Now the layout has changed quite a bit. Arkham is going to remain in the corner of the city, and that's going to have a road that leads over to the right hand side of the docks area. The docks, rather than being in an L shape now, are just continuous along here. And as you can see, the waterfront is along the whole duration of the MOC, with a channel of water that also goes in and leads up to Wayne Tower. Now, the raised platform area, I'm going to have that. So not only is it along the waterfront, but it does go up the city as well. And I'm going to have two tunnels which the roads are going to go through. And I'm almost having it so this raised platform area is separating one part of the city from the other. And on the right hand side here is more of a darker area. So you've got all of the shady dealings going on in the docks. You've got Ace Chemicals. Blackwater Prison is going to be an addition to the city. And then obviously you've got Arkham down the bottom there. The fire station block, that was the last section that we made. So there are the little buildings to the side of the fire station, and then there are the additional two buildings either side just there, and then the alleyway goes through. So really happy with how that's all going to come together on that side. And on this part of the city here is going to be quite a bit different. The train station is going to be on the raised platform, and the train line will go along this road here. And I'm going to have the flat iron just here, as you can see, and then there's going to be a reverse flat iron, so it's going to be the opposite way round. And I'm hoping I can fit a train line through the gap there. Now, any green area, that is going to be a pedestrianised area, whether it's actually grass or just concrete, I'm not sure yet. The GCPD is going to have a much larger footprint, so I can do a little bit more with that and hopefully get it back to how I wanted the inside of it to look originally. There's going to be some sort of statue just outside, and then you've got the clock tower to the right hand side here. So again, I want the waterfront area to be quite an impressive looking area. The bridge here and here is obviously going over the section of water that leads to Wayne Tower. Now, whether or not I have this as a raised area yet, I'm not sure. Just need to work out that side of it. As you can see on here, I've labelled each box what I intend to put there. So the stock exchange will be on this base plate and the courthouse either side of the water. Now, at the moment, they are on 48 by 48 base plates, whereas these ones here are only 32 by 32. So it's whether or not I can actually shrink them and make it look right, I'm not sure. But I'll cross that bridge a little bit further down the line. I could always put the bank here and move the courthouse to that area where the bank is, as there is a pedestrianised area there. So there are lots of options available. Another addition I'm going to be adding is the hospital, the cathedral, the iceberg lounge. I'm going to be putting in between the flat iron and the stock exchange, or potentially the bank, whichever way around it goes. Over here, we're going to have an office tower, and it's possibly going to be the Powers Hotel. Again, not 100% certain on that, but this is just rough outlines. And there's going to be another building here, which is going to be the house for the Court of Owls. Behind that is going to be the Monarch Theatre. And then the red line going down there is going to be an alleyway, which is going to be Crime Alley, which is where Bruce Wayne's parents get killed. Also at the back of the docks area here, we've got Bar 8. So another hangout for the criminals of Gotham City. But at the moment, I'm really liking how this could potentially turn out. I'm sure it will change numerous times, as Gotham has since we started building about a year ago. But at least it's nice to have a rough idea of where we're going to be going with this. And I'm hoping that this area here, there are going to be a lot of tall buildings, which is going to work out really well when you look at it from a distance. Now that I've got this all worked out roughly how I want, I could start concentrating on certain areas whilst we're getting the new Lego studio built up. It's quite easy for me to amend the GCPD or start work on the statue or any of the other buildings on there. Anyway, if you've got any ideas of buildings that I've missed out on here you think would be good in Gotham, please let me know in the comments section below, because there are plenty of places where I could add it or change things over on here. So this is just a first draft of what I want to do with Gotham City. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get the new Lego room all set up. The good thing is, in the temporary Lego room that we've got here at the moment, I can start on any of these buildings or any sections of this layout. What I will be doing once I'm into the new Lego rooms is not going to be modular, so it's going to enable me a lot more freedom. So if I want to make a building which is 38 studs wide as opposed to 32, I can do so. So that's another positive step forward with the new Lego room. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham or building Mandalore, please share the channel with them. Anyway, thanks for popping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.